Welcome to the 42nd episode of the Arizona Mining Review. I'm your host, Mike Conway. It's November 29th, 2017, and we're here at the Arizona Geological Survey offices in Tucson, Arizona. My guest today is Steve Trussell, and Steve is the longtime executive director of ARPA, the Arizona Rock Products Association, and he's the newly minted executive director of the Arizona Mining Association. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
And not your first time on the show. You've been here before with us.
That's true. I have. Yes.
Yes. Okay. What's it going to mean? For the first time, both ARPA and the Arizona Mining Association is under the same advocacy umbrella, and you're the leader of that umbrella. What does that mean for you folks?
I think first and foremost, it means a unified voice for mining. This is something that I have a great passion for. So one of the things that you may or may not be aware of is I started my career with the Arizona Mining Association many years ago. So 23 years ago, I started with Arizona Mining, and I was an education consultant. We did planning for teacher academies and so forth, because we knew if we didn't tell our story, somebody was going to tell it for us, and we didn't want that. So at the end of the day, it was a thought that had been thought before. How can we bring mining under the same roof? We were successful, as you know, in getting the AMA in our building at the Arizona Rock Products Association, right down by the Capitol. So it's a great location and so forth. And there had been talks about where those synergies were, and where we could work together and share resources and so forth. And it came to pass. And so we have the support of both boards, and we're basically siloed, meaning they're two separate organizations. I think the misconception is that we've merged. That's not the case. I'm just overseeing both.
Okay.
I'm excited. I cut my teeth in hard rock mining and had a history there. Went to the Rock Products Association, love it. Great folks, great industry. Been doing that for 16 years, and so here we are.
Okay. And so your role is you're an advocate for both metallic mining and industrial mineral mining, and they're both going gangbusters at this moment in time, right? I mean, aggregate construction in Phoenix is just incredible at this point, and the aggregate industry must be doing quite well up there.
We are seeing an uptick in activity. When I ask people how things are going, they go, "Oh, I'm really busy," and I'm thinking, well, I hope it's a good busy, And we are seeing a lot of projects. Are we where we were in 2006, 2008? The answer is no.
Okay.
But we are seeing some activity, and there's been some change in the companies, the makeup of the industry in Arizona as a result of what we saw. Learned a lot from what happened in the downturn. Yeah. And I think we'll come out stronger.
Very good.
But
you're coming onto the AMA at the time when copper is coming back. It's not roaring back, but it was $2 a pound in 2016, January 2016. It's now up above $3 a pound.
That's right.
We're looking at Florence copper coming up online soon. They've got their pilot model ready to go. Yes. And I think that Rosemont has got all of its permitting in place, and there may be some other issues it has to deal with, but those two properties are just look like they're just about ready to come up forward. And then there's Resolution, which is a few years out yet. So the copper industry, the copper folks here must be pretty enthusiastic at this point.
Absolutely, and this is an opportunity to support all Arizona mining and get these projects online. We see some positive things happening on that front, and I think that's a good transition to what's going well for us. And I believe that with the leadership of Governor Doug Ducey and the things that we're seeing happening in the state of Arizona with the AMS system, the Arizona Management System, and the process improvements we've seen there. And we're having great dialogue with agency folks, including State Land Department, the Department of Environmental Quality, and we're seeing some progress on some things that, quite frankly, we're keeping projects like this moving forward.
Very good, excellent. And I took this from the Arizona Mining Association page. Arizona, the mining industry provides about 44,000 jobs at this point in time, and $4.29 billion to the Arizona economy. That's pretty substantial.
And then you add the rock products
Right.
component to that, and we're close to $10 billion impact
Oh, is that
in
right?
Arizona collectively. So
the aggregate industry and the other industrial minerals
that's
provide
right.
almost $6 billion.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's impressive.
and that's direct, indirect
Yeah.
impacts, and of course you add those additional jobs, tax
Right.
revenues, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
It's a big deal. I
It
mean,
is a big deal.
We're proud to be the number 2 mining state in the
Right,
nation in
right.
terms of production and so forth, and quite frankly, that's our history.
Yeah.
And we're a basic industry. What's not to get excited about?
Yeah,
And
and there's
we continue. I think the most exciting thing in the mining industry today is what we're seeing by way of technologies and what's been deployed out in the field. You know, anything from when we were excited, we were seeing drones that
Right.
could help us with volumetrics and mine planning and surveying and inspecting
Sure.
equipment, so we didn't have to put folks in harm's way to get them up on this equipment to do inspections. And we thought that was exciting until I went recently to a large conference, and it had to do with technology in the industry. And there are folks who are virtually standing in the middle of their office, but seeing
Yeah,
a
right.
mine project and doing engineering work. It's amazing, and it's all happening
Yeah.
virtually. Or by the same token, as well as anyone, we're mining operations remotely now
Mhm.
using automated systems.
Right, and
so forth.
Caterpillar's here in Tucson now, and they've got a test site, and we have to get out there sometime and chat with them a little bit and see if they'll let us handle some big equipment
That'd be
remotely.
fantastic. That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
It would be a lot of fun. It would be a
Definitely
lot
have
of
some
fun.
great toys in the mining industry.
Absolutely, and gold mining. We see copper stone is reopening again. Care Mining looks like to be reopening that, and we have moss mining. Northern Vertex moss mine is in the point where they're beginning to go into production now, and
Yes.
it looks very fruitful for those folks.
And that's exciting because, again, if you look historically where Arizona, had its
Sure.
beginnings in mining, gold mining was
Right.
a big one, and silver and copper to follow.
Absolutely.
It's exciting to see, and I was just in a congressional meeting with the folks, that you just mentioned, and quite frankly, a lot of that is unbeknownst to the general public.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising to me, to be honest with you, Mike, how many people have never really ventured out into the rural areas and
Sure.
realized what's going on
Right,
out there
right.
and how exciting it is for our economy.
Well, is there a role for you as the executive director of AMA and ARPA to sort of do a little bit more of that outreach and try? I know it's not an easy thing to do.
It is
Small
absolutely
shop.
part of the plan. Yes,
That's good.
yes, we're a little slight on staff, but at
Right.
the end of the day, we're looking for a all hands on deck approach to
Yeah.
how do we get the word out. Again, we don't want someone else telling our story.
Right,
We have an
no.
exciting story to tell,
Very good.
and we definitely want folks to understand what mining means to the Arizona economy, what it means to the quality of their lives, the
Excellent.
products that we're able to, or the materials that we're able to
You bet.
produce for the products that they've come to enjoy and rely
Yeah.
on.
And we'll be following here at the Arizona Geological Survey. We'll be following that closely and telling some of that story ourselves. We're looking to bring on a new economic geologist here that'll help us better understand basically the economies of mineral exploitation in the state to get a better handle on that.
That's
So we're
fantastic
looking
news.
at that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good to hear.
Hey, thank you so much. Is there anything I've missed that you wanna toss out there?
More to come. We're just excited to. One thing I will mention on March 15th, we'll have Mining Day at the Capitol.
Okay,
So
again,
that'll
very
be a great
good.
event.
We'll be there.
And
Yeah.
so we're excited to have legislators better understand what we do and how we do it, but gives them an opportunity to ask questions, find out how some of the
Yeah,
proposed
right.
legislation that we're going to see this year will impact our industry and so forth, and how we can be a resource to everyone. So
Very good. And you get another Arizona
Very
mining
good.
review.
Fantastic.
Out of the deal.
All right.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
All right.
the time.
Take care. Thank you.